Imagine in your mind's eye the worst form of animal cruelty. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, and all my friends who care about the animals in this world. One expert veterinarian calls bear bile farming the worst form of animal cruelty. The bears only survive because they're such stoic creatures. They don't even get the dignity of euthanasia at the end of their lives. How many of you have heard of bear bile farming? Most people have no idea what it is, and this is why I'm talking about it tonight. Asiatic moon bears, Asiatic black bears, otherwise known as moon bears, have been killed for thousands of years for their bile that's used in traditional Asian medicine. In the mid-1980s, enterprising businessmen realized they could make a lot more money caging the bears and milking them for their bile daily. How many of you have children, nieces, or nephews? Moon bears are proven to have the same intelligence and the same feelings as a 3-year-old child. Jeff Hampton is going to play the part of our moon bear today. And Jeff will be demonstrating, and Preston is going to bring out the cage. Jeff will demonstrate for you what life is like for a moon bear trapped on a horrific bear farm in Vietnam or China. What Jeff is going to show you is how these moon bears live for their entire life. As Jeff is demonstrating, the moon bears, and they're very intelligent animals, the moon bears cannot stand up. And if you can't see, please feel free to stand up or come to the front. The moon bears cannot stand up, they can't turn around, they literally cannot move. Imagine living like this your entire lives. This is how they live for up to 30 years. The reason that bear owners keep the bears in this cage like this is because when they milk them for their bile, the bears are defenseless, and I'm sorry for the graphic image, the bears are defenseless to defend themselves. They can't do anything about it. They're milked right in the middle where you see the fur missing. So when the bear farmer comes to milk them, which causes them agonizing pain, they cannot do a thing about it. These are called crush cages. They're also called coffin cages. They're no bigger than the size of the bear's body. And these bears go mentally insane between the milking for the bile and the hideous confinement. Thank you, Jeff Hampton. Great job. And if you can you please move that box to the, thank you very much. Bear bile farming is the most horrific thing I have ever seen. I learned about it 8 months ago from a banner ad on a website, and I was horrified. I now volunteer with a group called Animals Asia. They're an international nonprofit organization with an office in San Francisco. Their goal is to end bear farming. And let me tell you how Animals Asia was started. Jill Robinson is the founder of Animals Asia. She worked for an animal welfare group before she founded Animals Asia. She founded Animals Asia in 1998. Before that, she was working for an animal welfare group, and she was undercover on a tour of a bear bile farm. They give these big tours and tour buses. She broke away from the tour group, and Jill said, I walked down a set of stone stairs, and when I got to the bottom of the stairs, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. She was looking at rows and rows of moon bears in crush cages. Jill said, when I realized what I was looking at, it made me sick to my stomach. Jill felt something tap her on the shoulder. She immediately spun around. It was a female moon bear with its paw out. Jill grabbed the bear's paw, and Jill said, this gentle, intelligent female moon bear was holding my hand and looking deep, staring in my eyes as if to plead, please, please help me. Jill said, this moment changed my life. She immediately relocated from Australia to Asia, a huge move, and founded Animals Asia. Animals Asia has rescued 350 moon bears to date from horrific bear farms in China and Vietnam. They've also closed down 43 bear farms in China. But there's still a lot of work to do. There are still an estimated 14,000 moon bears imprisoned on these medieval bear farms in China and Vietnam. The good news is, just last spring, Animals Asia rescued 10 more bears from a horrific bear farm in China. When the rescue group got to the old damp warehouse holding these 10 bears, they noticed something odd about a bear named Oliver, and that's Oliver right there. Oliver had dwarfism. His limbs were short from living in a cage too small for his body for 30 years. Imagine that. They also noticed something else strange about Oliver. When they walked up to him and looked in his eyes, they were looking sadly at an animal that had all but given up hope. They were looking at an animal that had been defeated. Good news though, ladies and gentlemen, Animals Asia rescued Oliver. He made it through the 1,200-mile journey. He almost died. He made it through. They fast-tracked him on their bear sanctuary. And this actual photo is the first time Oliver's feet had ever touched the grass in 30 years. And the good news is, he's my favorite bear, and he's happy and free. He is a wonderful, wonderful bear. There are many things you can do to help end bear farming and help save bears like Oliver. Visit www.animalsasia.org. That's www.animalsasia.org to end the horde. In the words of a famous Chinese proverb, to close your eyes will not ease another's pain. Madam Toastmaster.